Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS, 98.1 FM and AM 1220. This is the Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle. And Tori, we have a very special guest in studio.
That we do. At 8:13, it is Alan Smyth, Senior Vice President of Strategic Partnerships. Good morning, Alan, and welcome to the brand new Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle. How you doing?
Well, good morning, Tori. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Tell me why you're here.
Well, I live here locally. I'm a local person living in Valencia, so I'm very familiar with what you guys do. And I work with an anti-human trafficking organization called Saving Innocence. And so we're working with the child victims of sex trafficking all over LA.
Can I just ask a question? Is this prevalent and a problem in our area?
Yes and yes.
Unbelievable.
It's the fastest growing crime in the world.
What?
And in the state of California, there were 35% more reports of human trafficking cases this year than last year. And so there's no community that's immune. Not even Awesome Town is immune from this issue.
What is the actual, define that for me. Define child sex trafficking for those listeners who are in the car who really don't have a handle, because, you know, here we are in Santa Clarita, California, not thinking this is going to affect our neighbors. Just define that for me.
Well, the federal definition of human trafficking talks about force, fraud, or coercion. It's compelling someone to work and do something under those conditions. And so when it comes to either labor trafficking or sex trafficking, it's compelling someone to act in such a way. And so children, minors, that's what we focus on. We focus on the minor victims of sex trafficking.
Under 21?
Under 18.
Under 18.
The average age of entry into that is 12 years old. And we're not talking about kids being brought in from other countries. We're talking about U.S. citizens, American-born kids right here all over our country and all over L.A. and here in the Santa Clarita Valley as well.
Alan, how does this even happen? How does this even happen?
Well, that's a great question. About 70% of the kids that are caught up in this are already in the foster care system. So they've already had their family blown up in various tragic ways, and now they're looking for attention, they're looking for affection, looking for love and someone to take care of them, and in walks in this trafficker posing as the answer to all those questions, and they enter into a relationship, and then very quickly it turns into a violent, oppressive employer-employee, if you will, relationship with them, and there's no way out, there's no escape, and for those kids, no one's even looking for them.
But there is a way out, because you're here to make sure that there is a way out.
Well, absolutely. We're contracted by LA County to respond. We're on the scene anywhere in LA County within 90 minutes. Our team of case managers, rock star women who show up in the middle of the night at the request of law enforcement when they intervene with one of these children. And then we step into that relationship and step into that hurt and that darkness, and we begin walking her back to health and wholeness. We also lead prevention groups and workshops at schools and other places where kids are to help them understand what's happening out there and what the dangers are so that they can hopefully prevent it from ever happening.
Proactive and reactive, both.
Correct.
Alan, do the kids realize what they have gotten themselves into when they call for help? Sometimes they call, I don't know, or are they resistant and say, no, this is what I chose, this is what I want to, this is my life now. What kind of cases do you come upon?
That's a great question, and it's really all over the board. There are some kids that are forcibly kidnapped, like you see something in the movies, and they're trying to get out immediately. There are a lot of kids, though, that are really lured in and manipulated and actually brainwashed by their trafficker, and they actually are under the impression that this is the best option for them, and they don't even understand what's happening to them in that way. And they're so young, they don't understand a lot about the world. They certainly don't understand how they got to this place and how in the world they can get out of it. They don't know how they got there, how to get out, and no one's looking for them. And so that's where we come along and help reprogram, rehabilitate them, and help them understand their true value, their true worth, and that what's happening to them is wrong.
Alan, tell me one success story that just sticks out in your mind.
Well, so these kids, obviously their school gets interrupted, and they were maybe a typical kid going to school, and when this happens, all that gets blown up. So a really fun success story was just this past June, we had 19 of our kids graduate high school, and that may or may not sound like a big deal. It's a big deal to regular families. I'm in Valencia. Both my kids graduated from Valencia High School. We had presents and gifts and pictures, and it was a big deal for them, and they were kind of like a regular family kids. But for these kids who have been bought and sold thousands of times to ridiculous circumstances, for them to get back into school and to actually get through the graduation requirements and graduate
And finish.
That's
huge.
You could call it a miracle. And so
That's
that was
huge.
a really fun graduation party we got to throw
I can
for them.
see that on your face. I can see you're proud. You're
Yeah.
very proud. As a community, what can we do? Is there anything we can do, Ellen, to help this movement?
If you go to savinginnocence.org, that's our website, there's some videos you can watch. There's some other things you can learn about the crime. Step one is to learn about it. A lot of people are in denial, especially in a really nice community like Santa Clarita.
Right?
It sounds like that's Thailand or Cambodia or something, right? It's
Right.
way over there. It's not my kids.
Exactly.
The FBI recently said that there's 900,000 predators online. 900,000, looking for kids in suburban areas like Valencia and West Ranch and every other place. So step one is parents engage in this issue, learn about it, understand it, and then take the protective measures around your kids and help them understand it as well.
Ellen Smyth, Senior Vice President, Strategic Partnerships. I'm just going to give that website one more time. It is savinginnocence.org. Savinginnocence.org. Pleasure having you here. I've learned so much. I had no idea it was so prevalent here in our community. Thank you for enlightening me, educating me. I will definitely go to that website, learn more about it, and I hope our neighbors do as well. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.